Welcome once again to The Sage. As usual, I'm Dr. Kechi Ubwagu, your guide on this journey. Amazingly, I have found that more and more, as I have done this show, I have come to recognize the truth, the universal truth, that everybody God created is a gem. There's no one He creates without giving you a special talent, a special gift. It is for you and for the world to recognize that gift and make the most of it. It's been for me, and I hope for you, for many of you who have followed us on this journey, an exciting adventure. One in which, as we discover the treasures, oftentimes hidden in ourselves, in our people, we come to recognize and to realize, and with humility and thanksgiving, know how beautiful a people we are and how beautiful human beings really are, if encouraged and if they're performing in the right environment optimally. And so in today's show, we again go to the issue of creativity, to the issue of the creative arts. There's so much beauty, awe, in knowing that some of us have the ability to turn even the most mundane into truly beautiful art that enlivens and uplifts. And so it is with joy that we bring in a guest to you today who is an amazingly talented young lady with the ability, using her hands, her skills, her mind, her brain, to turn the most mundane into a work of art. A wonderful young lady, gentle, always smiling. A lady of few words, but one busy with her hand all the time. Stay with me. You are going to enjoy this. It's a promise. As you meet our guests, a lovely, talented young lady in the next segment. We thank you. Welcome once again to The Sage, and thank you for staying with us. It's going to be quite a journey. But before I unveil our package, before I share our treasure, let me say something to many parents like me who I hope are watching this show. There comes a time, sometimes for some of us, the good Lord gives us a child that is different. Gentle, in his or her own world, creating things in her mind. Sometimes when we talk about the profession, the career we want, law, medicine, engineering, all of that, that child is not going along with us. In his or her mind are things, dreams, art, things that she's creating. If that child is lucky to have a parent that somehow understands and gives her or him the room to mature, to live out her calling, then a beautiful thing has been done for our world. I'm very, very happy to say that my guest today, our guest today, is indeed such a child. Talented, creative, not much of a talker. She lives in her world of creativity. Please join me in welcoming Priscila Uzero to this show. Priscila, welcome.
Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you.
I'm looking at Priscilla, I'm laughing. She's one of my fellows in C4C, so I have known her for quite a bit of time. And like I said, she's that child that I described. She smiles, peaceful, but in her own world. She's not struggling to talk. She's not much of a talker, but a gifted artist. Priscilla, welcome. Please tell us a little about yourself.
All right. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you for having me on the show. My name is Uzero Priscila. I'm from Delta State. I'm a graduate of civil engineering, Landmark University.
They pushed you into civil engineering, eh?
I found myself in civil engineering, so I read the course. So I'm a graduate of civil engineering. And I run a business also, and a social enterprise. I'm the founder and creative director of Maripi Creations. It's a business that uses waste items to create beautiful furniture and decorative products for interior spaces, be it residential or commercial.
Priscilla, I'm going to stop you. Okay. And I'm going to say, before you describe your organization for us, what drove this? Where did it come from? How?
Okay. I like to say I started upcycling from when I was a child.
What is upcycling?
I started converting waste items into things of value, into creative process of creating value out of waste items. So I started doing that from when I was a child. Even when I didn't know the meaning of upcycling, I just knew it as something I wanted to be creative. I just wanted to create beautiful things. And right from my childhood, I could always see the waste items around me, the cartons, fabric off cut, and I was always that child that would always use scissors. Children might be playing, but I'll be crafting somewhere. So I started doing that from when I was a child, and I grew up to continue upcycling, even till when I discovered what the term upcycling meant. And it's been a very wonderful journey so far till now.
I mean, that's amazing. And that's amazing because, like I said, sometimes we get them, this type of children that are creative. Yeah. They don't even know what drives them, but they know, even like you said, at a tender age, each time you saw something discarded that you felt was going to be thrown away, your impulse was to take it and turn it into a piece of art. Yeah. What an amazing gift. And what did your parents have to say about this?
In fact, my parents have been so supportive since my childhood. I couldn't have asked for better parents because my mom was the first person to get me that scissors to cut whatever I wanted to cut. And even when I finished my youth service and I went into upcycling fully, I still have parents that will say, "Oh, I found tires for you. I found this for you." And they've been really supportive. Whatever I planned to do with my life, they were following me full force. And I've had very wonderful parents.
That is such a blessing, and I hope it's such a blessing. And I hope they're watching this show, and to them I say thank you. I mean, because it is a lot about our children's future, and what they finally turn into also depends on the way we nurture them. And to have parents like you've had is a pure blessing, and we thank them. And we say to all the other parents out there, look at your child, see that potential artist. Sometimes let's believe in them and trust them in the innate gifts they have and the need to express them. So stay with us. We'll be back. When we come back, we'll find out what Priscilla did with this great artistry. That is her, her God-given talent. Thank you. Stay with us. Welcome once again to The Sage, and thank you for staying with us. If you haven't been with us before now, you have missed a truly inspiring young lady, a talented artist, whose passion is just discovering waste, things you will have normally thrown away, but turning them into bits of beautiful art. So Priscilla, let me ask you two things. One is, what has become of that passion, that creativity, and how did it become a business?
Thank you very much, Ma. So during my NYC, the beginning part of my youth service, I remember just creating a decor piece out of a discarded item, and I posted it online, and I got a lot of feedback regarding that piece out of fabric of courts and the discarded item. And that was the beginning. People said, oh, this was beautiful, and I didn't think it was such a big deal. So I said, okay, I'm really passionate about this. I created more, but I wasn't profiting out of it. It wasn't a business. So after my service here and journey down the line, I discovered that there were people that were going to support this passion of mine, and I came across the Conversation for Change. And these were people that helped me to turn my passion into business. I mean, I never even knew that I could profit out of this. To me, I could just stare at my decor piece and stare at it all day. And even if nobody buys, I'm comfortable because I feel I made a work of art. But it made me realize that you have to profit from this, and you can profit from this. And it just helped me make this business profitable, taught me a lot of things with regards to business, how to run a business properly, and how to structure my business as well. And it's been an amazing journey. My encounter with the C4C has really changed this passion of mine and transformed it entirely. So I'm forever grateful to the C4C for that opportunity. Yes.
It's been an honor for us because, like we said, you're a gift to the world. You're a gift to us in C4C. It's lovely to see a lovely young lady like you living her talents, living her dream, living her passion. And for us, it's been wonderful to look at it, and look at you and say, wow, we were part of this journey. So we're also proud of you. Thank you for everything you are. Don't ever give up. Let's let the audience share in the joys of your creativity. Let's look at some of the things. I can see many beautiful. In fact, my studio is overwhelmed with beautiful things. But show us some of the ones you've produced.
Okay. Let me start with this. I made this throw pillow out of fabric of courts, from the fashion waste, and I made them into beautiful flowers for interior. So it's a throw pillow, and it's colorful and it's beautiful. So this is out of fashion.
You can say that again. I think it matches my skirt and I think it matches this studio.
Yes, it does. So I made this out of a discarded wine bottle and fabric of court as well. So they go together, and they can be standalone decor pieces. They can be flower vases. I also made this pen holder out of an old mayonnaise jar. Many people use jam and use mayonnaise.
That was a mayonnaise jar?
Yes, it was.
Wow.
Now it's a pen holder, a table organizer, and it's beautiful.
It is. You can say that again.
This also is a throw pillow cover I made. It's a collection of fashion waste, and I've turned it into another pattern for throw pillows. So you can insert your fiber filling for your pillow in it, and you can use it to adorn your space. So this
beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And this is another one. Is this one for my Valentine?
Yes, this particular decor piece was inspired by love, I would like to say, because I created this and it has old newspapers with a lot of writings and a lot of words that you can't fully tell your lover everything you want to express out of your
I hope the young men there are listening.
So this particular decor piece, just it's a work of art that says, I can't tell you all that is in my heart. I'm lost for words when I'm with you. So I created this decor piece in honor of the lovers.
Yes. Was it given to any particular Valentine? Not yet. Yeah, but it's amazing. It's a beautiful piece of artistry. Look at all the little details that went into it, and the concept of love behind it is gorgeous. It's one that the whole world needs. We need to love everybody. It's not just the men and the women. It's also everybody, loving everybody, because that is the right thing to do. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Thank you for sharing. To our viewers, we, of course, will also share many of the other great things that Priscilla has in her studio. In this episode, we video them for you because she does a lot of things. She does tables, she does all kinds of... In fact, she chisels and paints. Tell us about that. That is very much a male kind of activity. How do you cope with it?
Okay, well, this journey of upcycling, I've got to, learn some of these things, some of these crafts, because sometimes you work with some artisans and they don't want to take orders from you because you feel you're a female. So I had to learn how to, use these hand tools by myself, and I've been able to prove to some of them that what a man can do, a woman can do better.
Yeah, when she's determined.
So I work with all sorts of tools, and I've also, when I have some jobs, I also partner with this artisan because I can't do all of it myself. So I partner with them to create my furniture pieces.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. And I'm sure your engineering background somehow also helped in terms of coping with that kind of scenario.
It did. We're only 2 ladies in my department. So, and even with my internship in civil engineering, I worked with men, and I was used to having men around. So it's not so difficult when I have to work with them. I know how to go around the discussion when it comes to them.
They don't know what hits them when they meet a determined young lady.
Exactly, ma. So I've been able to cope even in any male-dominated place I find myself.
Wow.
Thank you.
It's such a pleasure. It's always been a pleasure associating with you, my dear. Thank you for the beauty and the creativity you bring into the world. That's how we are happy and our world is a better place. Stay with us as we take a little break before we go into our final segment. Welcome once again to the stage, and thank you for having stayed with us through it all. But I'm sure you agree it's been an amazing journey. We've had an amazing guest, an amazing young lady whom we wish well, who is such an exciting person, who is so beautifully creative. And so, Priscilla, let me say to you, we've seen this. 2 questions for you, really. Have you thought of sharing the skills, spreading this message of upcycling, of other young people, other people, really finding ways to use this potential waste and turn them, if they have the talent, into creativity?
Yes, for us at Maripy Creations, it's not just about beautifying spaces alone and creating spaces that people connect with and they can experience, and creating beautiful statement pieces like decor pieces like this. And it's about also impacting younger people, impacting generations to come, and that's why we do organize trainings for younger people.
Wow, that's great.
So far, Maripy Creations, we've organized training for more than 100 young people.
Wow, that's great.
And at different times of the year, and we've really gotten very positive feedback from that, and it feels great to know that you can actually impact other people to start earning a living for themselves and actually make a difference in the environment and our generation. So yes, we actually organize training, and it's a social enterprise, and we're happy to do what we do.
Okay, that is great. If there are young people who want to learn, how do they reach out to you?
Well,
not just young people, all people who want to learn are welcome to learn as well.
Very welcome. Well, I'm available to teaching, so you can always reach out to me on social media platforms. I'm available. I have online trainings I organize as well, and
online training. So that's great. So that they should be on the lookout,
yes,
so that they can at least join the online ones. Yeah, that's wonderful. And as we're winding up, can I ask you to tell our audience, what are your words? What are your last words to other people watching?
Okay. I'll say my last words to other young people is, to take responsibility, of the future you want to create, the world you want to see, for the environment you want to leave for our children and generations to come, to create that environment that will be proud to leave for generations to come, and even to see a world, a better Nigeria. I think the word is, we all as young people should really take the responsibility. We can't keep leaving it for somebody. We can't keep ensuring that someone else will clean up the trash and stop environmental pollution. It starts with everyone. It starts with you. It starts from me, to create the world that we want to see. The saying goes, be the change you want to see in the world, and I believe you have to take responsibility to be that change.
That's beautiful. It shows you're a part of C4C and will always continue to be, because our motto in C4C is actually creating the change we need. Recognize that you're an important part of this world, that the responsibility of having a better world rests with all of us, and that we are already gifted, each and everybody, with something we can do towards making it a reality. And yours is such an obvious example. Again, we remember to thank your parents for being so supportive and indeed making your journey so easy.
Yes.
It's wonderful. It's a wonderful lesson for all of us who are parents out there. And so, Priscilla, thank you so much. It's been a pure joy having you on the show. And again, my last words to the audience is, thank you for joining with us. Thank you for sharing our joy in the treasures we've uncovered. Priscilla, today, our guest, is a wonderful example. But we also ask you to please help us to expand this reality. Our world, our country, is full of wonderful young people waiting to be unveiled, waiting to be supported, waiting to claim their dreams, to exercise their passion, to make this country and this world a better place. Support the program we do in C4C. We have experience. We've done it over and over again. We've shown you these people on this show. They are living testimonies. Help us to expand the program. Help us to reach many more. Even as we strive on this show to do that by having the show, this experience that Priscilla has had, for instance, in which she's turned her talent into a profitable business that supports her and perhaps to some extent her family and friends, we ask you to help us do that for many more young people. It can be replicated in every state in this country. We thank you. Thank you for the journey. Tune in next week to see another wonderful young person. Thank you. Priscilla, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye.